Hello, my friends, and welcome to the News and Nuts edition of the show. It's where we watch random clips and just kind of oddball crazy stuff from the internet, and then I read comments from all of you viewers out there. All right, let's not waste any more time. Let's get to it. News and Nuts. News and Nuts. Hey, it's News and Nuts. Wasting no time, President Trump rolls out the first ever gold card. And guess who is the first member of this pretty exclusive club? Check it out.
I haven't seen you in a while. $5 million. For $5 million, this could be yours. That was the first of the cards. You know what that card is?
Gold card.
It's the gold card. The Trump card, gold card.
Who's the first buyer?
Me.
Who's the second?
First. I don't know, but I'm the first buyer. It'll be out in about less than 2 weeks, probably.
After Liberation Day, the stock market kind of tanked a little bit, but President Trump reassures the American people that, hey, look, this is going to happen. We are actually resetting the entire America economy, and you're going to have maybe a couple bumps in the road, but in the end, it's like ripping off a bandage. It might be painful for just a second, but in the end, it feels really good. So check it out.
The markets are going to boom, the stock is going to boom, the country is going to boom, and the rest of the world wants to see, is there any way they can make a deal? They've taken advantage of us for many, many years. For many years, we've been at the wrong side of the ball, and I'll tell you what, I think it's going to be unbelievable.
Vice President Vance is performing his duties flawlessly, going to bat for President Trump and explaining a little bit more about the tariffs and kind of knocking down the globalist attitudes that the rest of the world seems to have right now. And, what has that ever done for us as Americans? Well, we'll find out.
What has the globalist economy gotten the United States of America? Incurring a huge amount of debt to buy things that other countries make for us. It's not a recipe for low prices, and it's not a recipe for good jobs in the United States of America.
These people have all been living in our house. They've been driving our car. Korea wouldn't let French fries come in. The European Union won't take chicken from America. They hate our beef because our beef is beautiful and theirs is weak.
Sit back, take it in, let's see how it goes. If you retaliate, there will be escalation. If you don't retaliate, this is the high watermark.
If these countries wanted to negotiate, if these countries wanted to do what's right, they've had 70 years to do it. Instead, they have been ripping off American workers. He campaigned on the idea of fair trade, on tariffs, and nearly 80 million Americans elected him to do it, and he is delivering.
Even though the stock market's kind of freaked out yesterday, they will come back. I mean, we all know they will bounce back. Wall Street always does well, it seems, in the last few decades or so. Pretty much. So, but the interesting thing about these tariffs is that some believe that President Trump, even though he put them on a whole bunch of countries, I think it was like 180 countries or something the other day on Liberation Day, he doesn't, Carlos Gutierrez, believes that this is just a bargaining tool that Trump is putting in place so that we can get better deals for America. And I mean, that's what it should be all about. All right, check it out.
I would assume that this will not be in place in a month, 2 months. Definitely not in the back half of the year. So I'm in the camp that this is the beginning of a big negotiation. The president has set the stage for what he loves to do. He'll be negotiating every single day for the foreseeable future.
While the Dems of today are really, pulling their hair out over these tariffs and saying how unfair they are and blah, 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 well, there's a nice little clip from 1996 with, I think she's the Speaker of the House at the time, Nancy Pelosi, pretty much going over the exact same things concerning China and the unfairness of tariffs and how lopsided it is, and that we don't enjoy reciprocal tariffs. Sounds kind of familiar. Check it out.
In terms of tariffs, I think it's interesting to note that the average U.S. MFN tariff on Chinese goods coming into the United States is 2%, whereas the average Chinese MFN tariff on U.S. goods going into China is 35%. Is that reciprocal? In terms of jobs, this is the biggest and cruelest hoax of all. Not only do we not have market access, not only do they have prohibitive tariffs, not only are our exports not let in very specifically, but China benefits with at least 10 million jobs from U.S.-China trade.
The question was asked about, the status of America and how everything was just kind of going into free fall the other day. And President Trump had a really nice explanation on what is happening right now, equating America to a patient that just had a major operation. And he said that operation is now complete, and the patient is in the recovery room, in his recovery bed, and the healing is starting. So it's interesting. Take a look.
It's to be expected. This is a patient that was very sick. We really inherited a terrible economy, as you know, with a lot of problems, including loss of manufacturing and plants closed up all over the country. A sick patient that went through an operation on Liberation Day, and it's going to be a booming country.
Stephanie Turner is the USA fencer that refused to compete against a biological man. She took a knee at the beginning, and she stood up to the tyranny of those that would say it's okay for men to compete against women, which I don't agree with at all. And anyway, she's a brave young lady. She gave an interview to give a little bit more insight on what happened. So take a look.
My opponent was a little bit confused, thinking that I was maybe hurt. And I said, no, I am refusing to fence you because I'm a woman and you are a man. I have much love and respect for you, but I will not compete against you.
I'm sure I've said it before, but I'll say it again. I actually really love memes because they get to the heart of the matter. They strip away all the fat and nonsense surrounding the idea they're talking about. And this is one that I came across. It's it's pretty funny. Let's take a look, okay? All right. It says, "Are you bisexual?" No, I'm pansexual. I'll have sex with everyone. So you bang children? No, that's pedophilia. So you F dead people? No, that's necrophilia. So you F animals? No, that's zoophilia. Oh, so you're bisexual. No! These people are so stupid. Yay. All right, this one is not a meme. This next one, it looks like it's just a screenshot from a posting, but it's it's really good. And again, this one just cuts right to the heart of the matter and shows the absolute hypocrisy of the left and of those people that claim to be pro-choice. So anyways, let's take a look. Impressive cognitive dissonance. AOC says we must abolish the death penalty. And then Seema says, unless they do something really messed up like be a fetus. Don't be a fetus. You have no rights, according to the left. Oh man, these people are stupid. All right. I think we're seeing an evolution in the far left, and it's not a good one. It's gearing up, it's ramping up violence towards those that just simply don't believe in what they believe in. And it's pretty sad. We have a reporter, I believe this is out in New York, and she's just doing a regular man on the street type of an interview. And she unfortunately picked the wrong, unstable Karen to talk to. Check it out.
Don't understand the magnitude of having a child. Yeah, well, I'm not the one who admitted they would be okay with killing babies in foster care and killing children that have been abused. That's not the point. What I'm saying is,
yeah, the dress is woman. Okay, I missed it. Look to the right. No, she's not them. She's big. She's tall. And she had worn a light coat. Yeah, I'm watching. Body light load.
Liberals are ramping up the violence. Yup. Hope that pro-abortion activist likes orange jumpsuits. All right. I hope so too. The cameraman should have bear spray. You know, I think that might be a good best practice to have for people, for cameramen especially, because they're kind of defenseless holding the camera, you know? It's a good idea. All right, Patriot Road 17 says press charges and have the attacker thrown in jail. Well, that would seem to be the obvious thing that would happen, but being in New York, I don't know. Is this a hate crime? You know, that's a good question. I'm pretty sure if the attacker was white, the press would be all over this. But since it's black on black crime, they could care less because it doesn't fit into their narrative, you know? Which is really sad. Why are women more aggressive lately? You know, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just that we're capturing more women being aggressive. It seems, at least verbally, they're way more aggressive. They're like lunatic level aggressive with their speech. But yeah, it seems like maybe, I don't know. It's weird. Is it something with the estrogen? Like, I don't know. I mean, is that maybe why, like, the trans women seem to be more aggressive than the trans men? Is it because those guys are taking estrogen and tamping down their testosterone and it's just making them kind of crazy? I don't know. It's weird. Okay, this is incredibly sad. Praying for her and her family. Yeah, she got kind of jacked up. I mean, it could have been worse. So thank heaven for that. That she got away with just a cut and maybe a couple bruises and whatnot. Glad they got it on camera so they can find this psycho and lock her up. Although, in New York, she probably won't even be prosecuted. And right now, that's the sad truth. I'm hoping and praying that Bondi can just really revamp the whole entire DOJ and get these cities in shape. Get them in line. I know that people, some people out there definitely have issues going to the bathroom in public. I had a friend growing up that definitely did. Anytime that he needed or was forced basically to go to a public toilet, he would literally build like a nest on top of the toilet seat. Oh my gosh, it's insane. But this is a federal worker, and I guess she's being forced to come back to work 5 days a week now, and she's really not happy about it. I don't know. Check it out.
You know what sucks ass after being 100% remote federal worker and now going into the office? Farting. I have to hold my farts because I'm in a shared office. When I was at home, I used to just fucking let it rip. And also shitting on a public toilet.
There's another option. Hit the door, buddy. Totally. I mean, they should be thankful they have a job, period. And, you know, it's probably, I mean, it looks like she's in medical or something. It looked like she was wearing scrubs. So, like, she probably gets paid pretty well if she's a nurse or, you know, something like that. I don't know. These people. Bingo. DEI hire, making DEI level contributions at work. Oh, that's funny. The stereotype is alive and well. I am assuming that you can go a lot of places with that sentence. I'm assuming you're talking about the stereotype of the federal worker being entitled. Okay, we'll just go with that. Entitled federal workers crying over office life. This is the state of the system, and that's why there's a lot of dead weight in the system that needs to be cut. Kelly says, why do these people always have to film themselves? You know, I don't know. It's definitely not my generation. I would never just film myself all day long. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird to me, but you know. What did she do before COVID lockdowns? I bet she used public bathrooms in 2020 when everyone went to work 5 days a week. Yeah, for sure. There was no other option, right? I'm finding a lot more of these videos online, and this is another one of New York City. We had one yesterday or the day before on showing Queens. I'm not sure exactly where in New York this is at, but this is another, I guess, a prayer session the Muslims are having. But anyways, it just shows that there seems to be an influx in the population of the Muslim nation here in America, and definitely a lot of cities out east. And I don't know. Take a look. Welcome to New York City in 2025. Yeah. New York needs some serious change. Islam is not a peaceful system. People need to wake up before it's too late. And I think look, I'm no expert by any means, but I'm pretty sure there's a difference between Muslim and Islam. I think Islam is like the more radical part of the religion. But in any case, it doesn't seem like the American culture and a Muslim, especially an Islamic culture, they don't mix. They don't mix at all. You know, we're free to worship any way we want, and that's the way it should be, and it should always be that way. But these people really need to compartmentalize this part of their religion and focus on the good parts of the religion and not killing infidels and all that kind of stuff. But they need to really try way more to assimilate into the American culture. It's the only way it's going to work. OMG. Hell nah. Well, I'm pretty sure it's more like a hell yeah, because we're seeing it happen. And I don't know what the solution is, right? It's all about assimilation, in my opinion. All right, this cannot continue in America. Fight back, or we'll end up like Europe. And it looks like Europe might actually, some places, might become an Islamic state in, man, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 years, maybe? 30 years? Mac, I don't even think it's going to take 30 years at the rate it's going. The influx of immigrants in Europe. Okay, look what they've done in Europe. They do not come to assimilate. They come to dominate and conquer. They do this intentionally to send the message they have already conquered an area. And I saw a quote the other day. I don't remember exactly what it was. It was from Gaddafi. And he basically, the gist of what he was saying is that, look, we don't need terrorists. We don't need bombers. suicide bombers to go into areas because we can do it just by basically moving into the area and slowly taking over, just like what this post is saying. And he said we can take a country in time without shooting a bullet or, you know, any kind of violence, really. It's a slow burn. It's the frog in the water. And right now, the European nation is the frog, and I think they're getting pretty close to the boiling point. Like always, whenever any Dem steps out of line and goes against the message, they eat them. They eat them. They are cannibals, and they're very predictable. And they have done it to another prominent Democrat, and now he's out. He is leaving the party, and you know, I'm not saying it's a win for Republicans, but I definitely think it's a loss for the Democrats, and they're just going to keep on losing people. It's inevitable. Anyways, check it out.
And that is why today, although I am still a Democrat, I am announcing that I will forego the Democratic primary for mayor and appeal directly to all New Yorkers as an independent candidate in the general election. I firmly believe that this city is better served by truly independent leadership, not leaders pulled at by the extremists on the far left or the far right, but instead those rooted in the common middle, the place where the vast majority of New Yorkers are firmly planted. I know that the accusations.
Be smart, be a Republican. You know, baby steps. Give Mayor Adams a little bit of credit. He's at least breaking off and maybe trying to think for himself a little bit more. Honestly, I'm surprised there isn't more of this. Wonder if there will be others. Yeah, of course there's going to be others. Just like Tulsi Gabbard, just like Joe Rogan, just like Elon Musk. I mean, these are all very, at least they were very prominent members of the Democratic Party. And they said no mas. Now, Rogan, I don't believe, is a Republican. I don't even know if he identifies as a independent. It doesn't matter, but he is clearly out of the Democratic Party. And yeah, they're definitely going to lose more. Long story short. Dems are falling apart all over the place. They have no message. They have no leader. They are literally drifting in the wind. And quite frankly, I'm okay with that. I couldn't, for the life of me, imagine why. Like 21% approval rating. Actually, I think the last one I heard was like 18% or something, some crazy number. It's the lowest it's been in, like, I think someone said 50 years, 40 or 50 years. My gosh, what are you doing, Dems? Whatever it is, keep it up. All right, probably a good move for him. I would say ultimately yes. Yeah. Adams jumping ship to go solo? Smells like a juicy twist in the New York city mayor saga. Yeah. It's a juicy. It's a spicy news. Good move. The Democrats are his enemy. Yeah, they are. I think you can legitimately say that now. Leaving the plantation. Yeah. I think that's accurate. There are a lot of black Republicans that have equated the Democratic Party to being a modern day plantation and just literally begging the black population to wake up and get off this plantation and start thinking for yourselves. I mean, not necessarily become a Republican, but just start thinking for yourself. And yeah, it's a shame. Leopard changing spots. like I said, baby steps. Split the vote and hand it to a Republican. Awesome. Actually, that is something that might happen because I think overall, Adams was a fairly popular mayor. I mean, he wasn't a total train wreck like de Blasio. But, yeah, this very well could be. He might just siphon off enough votes from the Dems to easily hand it over to Republicans. You know, maybe he's looking for some, maybe not necessarily being mayor again, but maybe he's looking for another higher political office, maybe attached to the coattails of a Republican in the future. I don't know. Well, my friends, that was a good episode of News and Nuts. I hope you enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty fun, entertaining, and it's always good to hear from everybody out there. All right, well, hey, listen, if you enjoyed the episode, then please subscribe, like, share, slap that bell around, tell your friends about the channel, and until the next episode, stay safe, know that you are loved and appreciated, and of course, until we meet again, have a great day.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear.